How you guys doing?
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
You are tuned in to Stay Fishy Friday
with Big Rich and Josh, and our special guest this week is Will Star.
How you guys doing?
Will Star 7.
Alrighty, so tonight.
Nope. We have to tell them the word of the day.
No. You gotta hold your horses.
Okay.
So some people snuck in some super chats before the chat even started.
Okay, yes.
So I'm gonna get caught up because I know you guys are gonna wanna, partake in the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the word of the night first because it pertains to these super chats. If any name is mentioned, you must consume.
Just
so,
like in playing the game quarters.
Big Rich,
names matters.
Josh, Tracy, Shaq.
That's
names.
4 consumptions right there.
All right, so basically every time a super chat comes in and it's a name,
we have to read the names and the super chat. You're gonna have to consume.
All right. So we got Leggy Maggie for $10. She said, "Thanks for being such wonderful people and saving all these beautiful fish. Sending love and healing prayers to Tracy and your family."
Thank you, Leggy Maggie.
You guys are.
And that's a heck of a name. I love that name.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be a little excited about the mom updates at the day too. So
Why's that?
stay tuned. You got kind of some positive news.
I got positive news for sure.
We got Craig Cooper for $5. He said, "Hi all, love everything you do. Best channel on YouTube. 2346 here.
Thank you.
So I'll definitely be watching this tomorrow. # Team Tracy."
Awesome. You know what? I love it, the fact that people say it's the best channel on YouTube, because we're real. We actually talk about real things. We, when I'm filming things, we don't pretend or do nothing. We just film. I even hand off the camera to people that don't even know. Just put the camera on us and let's keep, saving this fish or rescuing this or moving this or doing that. Everything that you see is just what we're doing. So we try and keep it as real as possible. We're not movie stars. We're not fake actors. We're not trying to pretend to get votes. We're just letting you guys follow along with what we do. So I love the fact that you guys think it's a great channel, and I appreciate that.
Adele, refresh your channel. I don't have no problem with mine. But we do have another super chat from Adele.
Who?
For $8. Adele.
That's 2 consumptions.
Yo.
It's names tonight.
All right. She said, "Good day from down under. Sending all my love for our koi queen. # Team Tracy."
Love you, Adele. Isn't it like 9 a.m. in Australia right now?
Mm-hmm.
Adele's our night shift crew. When we go to sleep, she's on it. She takes care of everything for us. And I tell you what, Tracy would be so proud of her, because when this all happened to Tracy, Adele was like a fan, and Tracy talked to her all the time. We made her a moderator. She's taken over. She's been just simply fantastic. Tracy would be so proud right now. Tracy would want me to find some way to pay for a ticket for Adele to come up here so Tracy could have a drink with her.
Alrighty. So, as people are starting to pile into the live stream tonight, let's go ahead and kick this off with an update about Moon.
Okay, well then let me change the background. Tracy, there we go. Oh, nope.
You gotta press the little eyeball. There
Yes, that's what we got to do. Sorry.
There
There she is. Okay, now, of course, like I've been telling you guys, I call there every single day and look for an update, and all they tell me is, no change, she's fine. And, the nurses are like, I know you hate when I say this, but there's no change and she's fine. And I've been getting so upset. But this morning at like 7 o'clock, they called me. And I'm like, oh no, what's going on? She says, well, last night I was, siphoning out her suctioning out her trach, and she actually puked all over everything. And I'm like, that's a good thing. She's like, sir, no, you can't take that as a good thing. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. She had the trach put in with absolutely no sedatives because she had no gag reflex. So you're telling me now that you're suctioning her out and there's a gag reflex? That means she's feeling more. That means she's becoming more aware. She's And she's like, sir, I wouldn't get my hopes up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care. If you're telling me she puked because she would lift her head off of the pillow every time they suctioned out her trach, and now she's puking, that means she's got a gag reflex. That means she's feeling this in her. That means that she is becoming more aware.
Yeah, 1 second before you go on. For everyone dropping the stream, just refresh. It is not on our end. We are looking at the frame rates now. The stream is good and we're golden. So we're going to keep on going. If you guys miss a part, you can always re-watch it later. And I'm sorry you're having connection issues. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, anybody that wants to hear about Tracy, just re-watch it. It's at the very beginning. So, yeah, she actually puked because they were suctioning out her trach. So that tells me she's feeling more, she's more aware. And the nurse told me, I was like, I've been getting so many conflicting stories from different nurses. Does she follow you around the bed with her eyes? She goes, well, yes, she's been doing that for a while. And I'm like, oh my God, the other nurse says she don't do that. Now, 2 other nurses, and said, sir, she don't do that at all. And I'm like, well, I've been told by this other nurse that she does. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you, but she don't do that. And this nurse is like, look, I was in there. She followed me around the bed. She had eyes on me. She don't talk to me, but she had eyes on me. I talk to her every time I'm in there. I, tell her, Tracy, hi, I'm here to change your wound. I'm going to do this. I'm going to suction you out. We're going to, and I, move her, and I tell her I'm going to move you this way. And she just basically listens to me, but she don't talk. But when I walk around the bed, she does follow me. So that, to me, this is the 3rd nurse that told me she does do this. So the other nurses that are arguing with me, I just feel that they do their job. They go in, they do their little whatever they have to do, and then they leave the room and leave her sit there. An hour later, they come in, do what they have to do, turn her, move her, whatever, and then they leave. No one's paying attention to her to know the difference. I mean, for Christ's sake, these nurses didn't even know of the list that I gave them that she already does. Oh, look at you.
Oh my God. Nice.
I'm like, if you take her hand and shake it, she will open her eyes and turn her head towards you. Sir, she don't do that. Yes, she does. I have it on video. If you wipe her hands with a cold wet nap, she'll open her eyes and turn towards whatever hand you're wiping. Because I would go in there all the time and I would wash her up. Her neck, her armpits, her hands, her feet, the back of her knees, her crotch. I'd wash her up because they just weren't doing an adequate job when I went in there and she was smelling sour. So I was washing her every day. I knew how she acted. When I put the cold wet nap on her, she would open her eyes and look my way, no matter what side I was on. And now that she's tracking people around the bed, that just tells me that you people are saying no change and she's fine. Means that you're not doing your job good enough because you're not noticing anything. This nurse tells me she's been doing that for a while and every time she's in there. So I cannot wait until I can see Tracy and I can evaluate myself. Because, some of these nurses who have actually argued with me just don't spend the time with her. So we have a hospital bed, we have a reclining wheelchair, and I'm working on right now getting a whole house backup generator that runs on gas so that if the electric goes out, the generator takes instantly over and I can bring her home on respirator as soon as this lockdown's over with.
But that brings me to another point. And yes, guys, I was, feeling left out with the sunglasses here because these 2 had them on, so I had to go and do something big. But that tells me if she's puking now, they're concerned for getting her off the ventilator, or she couldn't cough up any of her own phlegm.
Wait, that's another thing. They told me they're not even trying to get her off the respirator. The last place before, forget about Avon Place, they're the place that almost killed her. The place before that, Regency, had her off the respirator up to 24 hours. Now, you have to be off the respirator for 48 hours and be stable, and then you can be off the respirator forever. She was up to 24 hours at that place, and then this place here, even though they're doing a good job taking care of her, there's no problems with her. She's not having to go to the hospital. She's not losing weight. She gained all of her weight back. Her leg swelling has gone down. Her weight is back to 101 pounds now. Her bed sore is healed up, not completely, but it's the nurse told me it's almost closed and it's barely anything now compared to what it was before. So they're doing a good job taking care of her. They're just not aggressively taking care of her like I was. I was doing, all of her range of motion. I was taking care of her. I was talking to her for hours. They're not doing that now. So I've talked about bringing her home on hospice. Well, hospice means you bring them home and make them comfortable until they pass. But that's not what I'm going to use hospice for. I'm going to bring hospice here into the situation so that I can bring her home and then I can aggressively treat her and talk to her. And then, even when I'm not there, I can have the big screen on and OFR videos playing so she can still hear mine and Josh's voices. And, I'm going to have to clean her number 1 and number 2. I don't care. I don't want Josh involved in that. No kid should ever have to see their parents naked. I will take care of that. I will work her out. I will help her. I will move her. They're putting her in a rocking chair or a wheelchair and bringing her over to the sunlight every 2 days. I can do that daily. I can put her in the chair and bring her around wherever we're working, and she can stay there and work with us. I have 2 friends. We still got Michelle, super nurse, remember her. She's willing to help me out and at least come in and check on me, make sure that I'm doing everything right. And then we have our buddy Dan from Jack and Dan. It's their YouTube channel, Jack and Dan. He is a
nurse?
No, he was a nurse for many years. Now he's a wellness coordinator for a hospital. He says he can train me on the respirator and he can come over and check on me and make sure everything is doing good. So I'm all set to bring Tracy home as soon as this lockdown's over with, except for the generator. $7,000-8,000. We have to get it installed. We have to do this. So I'm working on that right now. We've got probably another month before the ICU nursing homes will open up. Everything else is opening up. Swimming pools, athletic events, all that. But the nursing homes will be last. And they're actually letting visitation at nursing homes now if the person can walk outside and meet their family. So, but the ICU area where Tracy's in, nursing home, is going to be the last thing to open up. So I figure I've got maybe a month. I'm going to work on getting this generator hooked up and installed. And, Dan tells me, I've got the whole, I got a list of different, what are they called? Hospice places that do respirators. So they'll supply the respirator. I've already got the hospital bed and the reclining wheelchair. And they'll come out and check on us too. Twice a week they'll show up and make sure that we're doing a good job taking care of that person. Plus, if you need to go to the grocery store, they'll sit with your family member and you can go to the grocery store or run to the bank, whatever you got to do. And twice a week they'll show up and help with that too. So me and Josh have been working so hard on trying to get all the projects done that we've been having around here, and you've seen us on YouTube. We have gotten so much done in a short amount of time. It's crazy.
That's just with the fish tanks.
Well, the fish tanks, the yard in the front, the deck in the back. Now we're building the pond. There's so many. The roof on the back deck. We're doing so much that when Tracy comes home, I can take a break from any projects and have caught up on the list to do and the projects of, that we've been wanting to do for years. They'll all be caught up so I can concentrate on Tracy and the rescue at that point. And that's all we got to worry about. So me and Josh are still working. Just today, we put a water feature in. What else did we do today?
Cut off the roof.
Cut off all the roofing all the way around because we're having a roofing company show up and putting roofing on. And we had to take off the awning in the front of our house and the sides of our house, cut that down and pull that back, and they're putting the roofing on with drip edge and new gutters. So that's getting done. We've just been busting butt. So when Tracy comes home next month or so, we'll be able to concentrate on just Tracy. And I have friends that are willing to help out on top of, hospice themselves. And I know I will give Tracy better care than the hospital is that they're doing. So because also, do you guys remember she has narcolepsy? and they kept her medicine from her. 3 times in the past, every time the hospitals kept the medicine from her, she went into a delusional state for 90 days. Then she'd come out and it was like 51st dates. The first day she was like, Rich, what's going on? Why are these bars sticking out of my hips? And I'm like, Tracy, you had an accident. Wait a minute. You called me Rich. She's like, well, what else would I call you? I'm like, honey, you it's been 3 months. You have not been here. Just your body has. You didn't know who me or the children were. And I had to explain this to her, and then I was able to give her brand new washer and dryer. Because everywhere we lived before, I always bought $50 wash and dryers off Craigslist because they did the job. Well, when we bought this new house, I bought her a brand new front-loading red washer, red dryer on the pedestals and hooked them up out there for her, and she cried. And I was able, by noon, she was gone again. So then the next day she woke up, same thing. It was like 51st dates. I had to tell her exactly what happened, and I got to give her a washer dryer again, and she cried again. I mean, she just loved it. So, after like 20 days, she was back in fully. Every day it lasted a little bit longer. And now, since they kept her medicine from her, she's been in a delusional state while being in a coma. So June 30th is where she actually is the 90-day period that she's had her medicine and she's back on track. June 30th, she should be coming out of delusionalism. So I'm expecting big things to happen then with, leaps forward. So we'll see then and how that happens and how that handles. But, just know that I'm willing to take on everything it's taken to bring her home and give her better treatment than the hospitals. The hospitals are now, this place is the best place she's been, and they are keeping her alive and keeping her healthy. We need to do more than that. We need to work her out. We need to talk to her. We need to interact with her, So I'm happy with the news that I found out, and I hope you guys are too.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get caught up on some super chats here. We got Wiley Gerardot said for $4.
You sure? Wait, who is it?
Where's the heart?
Wiley Gerardot.
That's the name twice now, guys.
Dude.
Consume.
And for $4, he said, "Get well soon, Tracy."
Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I love how much you guys love Tracy. She's just a sweetheart.
We got Jay McBride for $5, said #Team Tracy with a bunch of praying hands.
Aw,
Then
that's
we got-
amazing. Thank you so much.
We have I Hate Stupid People for $20.
I love that name. Every time I see it, I love that name.
They said, "Great job losing weight, Big Rich. Nice shades, Josh. #Team Tracy. Hope you all keep getting these good little tidbits. So great to hear Tracy is doing better than we all last heard."
Yes, that's just amazing. Yes, thank you. I appreciate. He covered pretty much everything in that one. Way to go.
Did you notice he snuck in, 4 names there?
4 names?
4 names.
Let me see. What's the names?
Big Rich, Josh, Tracy, and Tracy.
Consumed 8 times because we said it twice. Well, you guys are going to get drunk tonight. I hope you're having fun hanging out with, OFR with us tonight. I wasn't actually supposed to be here. Well, I was going to be here, but we were planning on leaving right after this. I was going to New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. And Willstar was going with me. There was another one, Anna Norton. She wanted to go with us. But turns out she's really pregnant. So I didn't want to chance the fact that, at 7.5 months pregnant on a long bumpy ride, I did not want to be, we may have to stop for, an early delivery or something. I didn't want to be, so I told her she can go on any other trip, later, but, but anyways, we were going to leave right after this. We had 2 people that was donating fish, had backed out because of their schedule. They have to work, this and that, they can't. So now 2 of the major donations that were coming, or rescues. I couldn't rescue while I was there. And then we had a 3rd guy that was actually, he had a 22-inch red tail. He was giving us his 150-gallon tank, his FX5, the stand, the lights, the lid, everything, because take my fish and take care of it, and he's giving up tank. Well, his fish ended up dying, and I called him this morning, making sure and checking with everybody that the trip's still on. So now he decided to go ahead and buy babies, and he's going to raise them up in his tanks. So now we have no equipment to pick up, and 2 or 3 major fish pickups that aren't going to be there. We have Eric Hedich, I believe is how it says, with the puffer, Pittsburgh's girlfriend. And that was the main rescue left. We have a few others, a giant gourami, some Oscars, stuff like that. But the main rescues were gone now. So I make the trip and I pick up a few little fish, and that's a 12-hour trip to Massachusetts. So it's better for us to go ahead and plan it next weekend or the weekend after, and in that time I can put together more pickups. So that's what we're doing now.
Alrighty, so we got Roger Dillon, and I did say Roger. That was Roger.
As in 3 names. You're trying to get these poor people drunk.
Yes, sir. So he just super chatted for $5, and he didn't say anything at all. So thank you.
No.
What's up,
Wow.
Roger?
Yeah.
So-
What's up, Roger? Thank you.
Wait, what would you say?
I said, what's up, Roger?
Oh, that's like 3 more names. Wow, this is really
And
bad.
what was his
People-
son's name? That went in
You
the pool?
stop it.
So
Everyone's getting drunk
We
tonight.
got Jarrah Felton for $5. Said, here's for the koi fry. Not sure if what you guys are planning with the koi fry, but hopefully one is for Tracy.
Aw.
So-
So we should, thank you. I appreciate that. But we should talk about the koi fry.
Yeah, so one thing I do want to bring up about that is we've gotten hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages about, send me these fry, I'll pay you $1 a piece. It's not about that at all. Yes, we did probably have thousands of fry, but I'd be surprised if we wind up with 50 of them, because the majority, they have so many, because so many are born with, defects,
Bent
autoimmune
spine,
diseases, and
things die.
they end up either dying on their own, or the bigger fry that are half inch will eat the smaller 1/4 inch fry, and it's hard to separate them out. So it's basically a numbers game at this point. We are doing water changes daily, so the
On the
fry
tanks.
have clean water. We are feeding them 4 to 6 times a day.
I'm crumbling up hard-boiled eggs.
Yep.
And crumbling them up with my hands, and then putting my hands underneath the water, and it makes like a liquid. And then you got pieces of eggs, and then the pieces that are too big fall to the bottom, and they can pick off of that. So they're eating that along with the first bites, and they're doing good. They're growing. But we have noticed numbers diminishing. In all 5 tanks, numbers have gone down, and we don't see dead babies. So there are some eating others. And our biggest thing is the koi pond outside where we left them, where I thought none would make. Now that the ammonia and the nitrite's back to normal, there's just literally thousands of them out there. But our fish tanks have dwindled to about half numbers. Now all we see is the bigger ones over a 1/4 inch, maybe 7/16 of an inch. We don't see any little ones no more. So they have been eaten, and I've been so busy and driving all over the place, I come home and I'm like, whoa, this was packed, and now it's halfway. So we don't know how many is going to make it. We're doing our best. This is a learning process for us, but we can't give any out right now.
But also with any koi breeder that I've talked to, they might have thousands of babies, but they usually grow them out until 2-3 inches until they know that they're stable. Because you can't sell a half-inch long fish and sell them for these outrageous numbers. Because if we took everyone's offer on them and we went ahead and shipped them out, I'd feel so bad if they
90%
ended up
would
dying.
die.
Yeah.
So that's not what a quality.
And we're not
breeder
here to
does.
make money.
Right.
We're really not. So I appreciate that you all want them, and I will give them out. There are The super big ones, people call them a certain name, and you have to get rid of them because they'll eat the nicer, smaller ones. So I will give all them out. And then as we're growing them up, I will give out all the ones that are not butterfly, because Tracy loves butterfly koi. So our rear pond, we want nothing but butterfly koi in there for her. So the front pond is goldfish, the back pond can be butterfly, and a few of the exceptional larger of the Shaq koi, non-butterfly koi. We will keep them too. But, let's say 50% of them ain't butterfly. I'll give them away to you guys. It's just a matter of time, okay? We have to grow them out. I'm feeding them 4 or 5 times a day. We're doing the egg yolks. We're doing the first bites. We're doing water changes daily. And now we can slow down because the filters have taken over and are doing good. And there isn't ammonia. There isn't nitrites in the water.
There's not egg casings all over the bottom of the tank.
Right. So we got most of that out. And, we're trying to siphon this out and then separate the babies from the stuff that sits at the bottom. So we're bringing them out, putting them back in the tank. And we're doing what we can to help everything. So give us, a few months or whatever, and we will have a bunch to give out. And then after that, as they grow and the colors, and we can see if they're butterfly or not, we'll give out most of all the ones that aren't butterfly. And, to a certain few friends that have donated and stuff, we'll let them take the pick of the butterfly too. We don't mind. I just want, I want the back koi pond that we're building now to be full of butterfly koi, to where Tracy just sits there and she's mesmerized. It's just, she loves them long flowing tails. So if they're a short butterfly, we can give them away. If they're super long fin, we keep them for Tracy. That's all. And you know what? The Japanese don't even acknowledge them as real koi. They hate butterfly koi. They don't say they're real koi. They're not worth as much as a real Showa koi or something. So I don't even mind, because that's what Tracy likes. So the longer finned ones we'll give to Tracy. We'll give you guys all the ones that could show up to be show koi. We don't mind. We're not here to make money. We're here to make people happy. So that's what we're doing with that. You know what the next thing is? I'm sorry. The next thing we have to talk about is the OFR pens. We have been bombarded with messages about these pens. I bought 1,500 pens. Now, if I gave one out to everybody in OFR, nobody would have enough. What do we got, 22,000 people or something?
Not if you count YouTube.
Yeah, forget YouTube.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is, anybody that donates or comes here and or we go and rescue fish, we give them a pen. So, donations come in, we'll give them a pen. That's how we're doing that. And then as they get low, I'll buy more. I think it was $150 for 1,500 pens. So I mean, I'd love to give them out to all of you guys. It's just the numbers game. There's 20,000 of you guys. If I bought 20,000 pens to give each and every one of you one pen, we'd be in the thousands of dollars that we don't have, So I'm sorry about that. I was kind of thrilled that we got the new pens, and then as we go on rescues, we'll give a pen, we'll give stickers, we'll give the Swedish fish to the kids. That we buy cases of Swedish fish. So when we're at the house and we're taking your big fish, I can give the kids little Swedish fish, and they love it. I give them stickers, and now we can give them pens, and basically I should have said I've donated to OFR, or OFR rescued my fish, so that everybody that gets a rescue gets a pen. That would have been kind of neat. Now looking back, I should have done something like that, but they just say OFR on them, and I'd love to give them out to every one of you guys, and I'm sorry that we just can't. Even if we sold them for 50 cents a piece or something and put it on the website, we could still do that. But then they're shipping, and so many people are all across the world, to ship a 50-cent pen to Isle of Man or something would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we got Rob Schilling for $10. He said,
"What's up, Rob?"
Said buy some koi food. # bring Tracy home.
I
P.S.
love
Send me
that.
one of those fancy OFR pens.
There you go.
Rob Schilling's always a nutcase. He's funny.
All right, so
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Eric with the puffer for $5. He said, "What if I offered you guys the puffer fish and my big mono?" Hang on, just
This is Eric that I was supposed to go
with the
to
big puffer. He
Massachusetts. Yeah.
said, "What if I offer you guys my big puffer and my big mono and a ton of plants for you guys to come down here?" It's not
No. We'll take your deal. We'll be there next week or the weekend after.
Yeah.
We were planning that anyway, right?
Yeah, we were going. We
We love you, Eric. Thank you. This is the guy that was waiting on us to show, his son and all this. We will be there this next weekend or the weekend after. I just got to make plans to where I'm picking up more than, 2 different stops on a 12-hour drive, So we've got people that have offered. I've got people that are offering to buy us dinner while we're there. I've got people, that said they have a 26-inch alligator gar, so I can add that to the list. Just in the next week, keep watching, buddy. I will add more fish to this trip list, and then I can go, next weekend or the weekend after. But thank you anyways. You don't have to offer us all that.
So we got Joe Rockwell for $5. He said,
Who?
"Joe."
Oh, right.
That's
Say it
twice.
again. Say
2
it loud.
names.
Say it loud for the people in the back.
Said,
Consume.
"Anything at all. LOL."
Joe, weren't you the one that came up with the Thanos meme that had my face on Thanos?
Huh.
I need to know, buddy, because
I don't think
Justin
it was.
says it wasn't you. It wasn't him.
I don't think it
No.
was Joe either. You had an outside source send that to you.
Did we?
Yeah.
Who came up with the picture of Thanos all in blue and then my face on him? Because that was an exceptional Photoshop deal. And, his fist had the what do they call them stones?
The Infinity Stone.
The Infinity Stones, and then it had OFR insignia on there. And, I used it today, and it was a great picture. I need to know who made that. Tell us, please.
So we got Adele Parkinson, and I did say Adele.
Oh, consume.
She said, "Good news about Tracy. I know she's taking her time, but she's coming back to you. I'm so excited for
I
you.
believe it. I believe it.
I'm so excited for you to bring Tracy home. Big Rich and Josh, you guys are awesome. # Team Tracy. Much love."
Oh,
Nice.
I love that. Thank you, Adele, man. We appreciate you, buddy.
We got SC Aquatics for $5. He said, "Little Rich."
Ah,
Did you see me standing next to Shaq? I actually am Little Rich.
I wanted to wish you a happy Father's Day in case I forget to text you this weekend. Cheers, Rich, Josh, and Will.
Cheers,
Thank you, sir.
Steven.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
cheers to you, Steven.
Steven, you got to see. I was told by Shaq's coordinator, Shaq's man, whatever. He came out and he goes, "Shaq's getting ready to come out." Now, Shaq don't shake hands, okay? He'll fist bump you. So he comes out and we're all standing over here. And Greg Woodstock's talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, this is your plant guy, this is your pond guy, and this guy over here, Ohio Fish Rescue, he left last night at 9 o'clock at night and drove straight through the night, got here at 10 o'clock this morning, put your fish in the pond for you, blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "Who's that? That guy right there?" And I go, "How you doing, Shaq?" And I walked towards him, and I walked up to him. I'm like, "Nice to meet you, buddy." And I put my fist out. He looked at me, and he goes, I'm like, "Oh, you want a hug?" And I walked towards him, and he hugged me. I felt like a little girl dancing with their dad, standing on his shoes. I felt like this. He just grabbed me and just like shook me, and I let go of the hug, and he did not. He says, I really appreciate you." I was like, "Oh my God, that man is so nice, you know."
Yeah, he is.
And then what happened next after that? He whipped you.
The little slap on the back. The little slap on the back.
We told Shaq we left the biggest fish in the van, and you got to come see this thing. It's a 36-inch butterfly koi, beautiful, all orange with white, and beautiful long fins, and so he looks in there and he's like, "Oh, geez." I'm like, "You want to get him?" And he's like, "No." So Josh reached over. Josh used the koi net and is grabbing him. Well, Shaq reached in on Josh's back and pushed his back down. And Josh is like, his hand covered my whole back. He pushed him down and he's just like, whap, whap, whap. It spanked my son. And Josh is like, what is going on? He looked out, he's like, oh my God, you put your hand in it, it covered my whole body. It was funny. The man's a very nice guy. And, you know, I was talking to, I think it's his brother or cousin or somebody, his kids. And, you know, they were going to help me release this fish into the water. And as they were getting close to the edge and we put the bucket down in there, I'm like, careful guys, don't fall in. Shaq reaches out and grabs each one's shirt. I was like, ah, look at how caring he is, you know, make sure his nephews don't fall in, you know. That's a caring person right there. So I immediately, you know, clicked with Shaq. He's a good guy. I like him. And then the fact that he took the phone out of my hand and said something to Tracy. Now, I didn't tell him the whole story. I just said, my wife's in the hospital and couldn't make it, but she wanted you to have this butterfly koi. He's like, oh, hold up. And he walked towards me and he grabbed the phone. He's like, what's her name? And, you know, I said, Tracy. And he's like, Tracy, I want you to know thank you for, you know, letting your husband drive down here. I know you couldn't be here. We just appreciate you. I mean, I'm just like, oh my God, that is so nice. I didn't ask him to do that. He did it on his own. Sweetheart of a guy. Very. I mean, you'd think a 7'1" monster of a guy would be all masculine, you know, whoop your butt, you know, get out of my way. No, he's a sweetheart. I mean, he's a nice guy. You gotta love Shaq. He's a great. Oh, and then when I was hugging him and I let go of the hug and he still didn't let go, he goes, "What's my number?" I'm like, "Look here, I'm from Cleveland. Your number's 33." He goes, "Oh, you know?" I'm like, "That's right, Cleveland Cavaliers, buddy. You were number 33. That's it. Period. I don't know no other numbers. I do know his other numbers. They're 35, 34, you know. But no, I don't know no other numbers. You're a Cavalier." He liked that.
So we got Adele Parkinson for $3. She said, "Happy Father's Day to the ultimate fish savior."
Aw, thank you, Adele. Appreciate that. That's my first Happy Father's Day. Really, that is.
So we got Their World Aquatics for $10. He said, "Something big is on my sidewalk. LOL." So
What is it,
you
Josh?
don't know this. You guys don't know. You're gonna see a video of me destroying this beautiful 600-gallon, 8-foot long, 5-foot tall tank with, you know, inch.
That wasn't Joe's?
No, I brought the panels to Joe and gave them to him. But we had a 8-foot by 5-foot tank that the guy tried, you know, getting past us. The whole center panel was cracked. And we were like, yeah, we're not paying for this. We're like, you know what, if you're just going to toss it out, we'll take the panels. The second we release the side panels, the front panels do a big C. From side to side and see. So you can set it on the ground. No, it's like a bowl. So I'm like, these panels are useless. You can't use these in an aquarium bowl.
Oh, it bent like a C?
Yeah, because when
the front and back?
When they had them set up in the restaurant from bowing out so bad, and now we just put the negative pressure on it, they buckled the opposite way. So each panel is like a C. I said, I'm not paying for this. You know, we're not doing nothing with this whatsoever. So I'm like, I will, you know, take them, see if I can salvage them. I'm not going to do nothing with them. I don't want them in my driveway. Clinton didn't want them in his driveway. So we called Joe. He's, you know, making his new pond. If you want to sit there and heat treat them, unbend these panels.
Or use them as a bent thing for a viewing panel for his koi pond.
There you go. He said, sure, yes. So we went ahead and we delivered them to Joe, too, which you guys will see. And you guys
I did not know that. You did this without me knowing.
You will see in the video.
Like, aren't you my son? Am I supposed to know where you are at all times?
Rich, he does a lot of things without you knowing.
But hey,
no, don't tell me
I
that.
told on him because I get up there and I'm carrying these 8x5 panels and his lovely wife comes out and she's talking to me.
Joe's or Clinton's?
Joe's.
Okay.
And, you know, she's coming out and talking to me, and I kind of tattle on Joe. I'm like, yeah, here's your new panels for your new koi pond right here. Joe's like,
You busted?
She doesn't know yet. I'm like, you didn't tell me. I'm sorry.
Oh, Josh.
So now she knows about her big surprise koi pond, but it's
You
Joe's
busted
fault.
the surprise?
But then, his son comes out and he's like, it's Josh. And, he was all excited because he watches our videos all the time. So if you're watching right now, what's up, buddy? So I hope you use them panels to...
I'm sorry, Joe, that my son ruined your surprise for your wife. I'm sure he didn't mean to. He's just not that smart.
Hey, as far as I know, if you're married, you're supposed to tell your wife everything.
Right. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? Tell your wife everything.
Alrighty, so we got Michigan Tropicals. Wait a minute, before I get into that, in the video, you guys are going to see a sneak peek at their world's tanks. It's not complete yet.
What video?
The one I'm going to produce here soon.
Oh,
of
okay.
Going and destroying this lovely tank. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
But Michigan Tropicals for $5. He said, I made it.
Oh, that's Michael Urbeck with
About-
Michigan Tropicals. Opened up a new store. You guys should check him out. He's the guy that made our signs for us, some acrylic signs, and they're awesome. So yeah, check him out.
So if you guys watched our latest video, which will be, we had to do some editing to it. It'll be back up here momentarily. But we just got Josh Honeycutt for $5 in the video.
Thank you, Josh.
He's
Wait,
the one
who?
who donated
Who?
What
the
was his
Red
name?
Dragon Japanese maple to us.
What was his name again?
Josh Honeycutt.
Okay, consume twice.
Yeah, there's
No, this
twice.
guy was a nice guy. He's the one that did supplied all the plants around Shaq's new pond, and this pond went on for levels and levels and levels. There's plants everywhere. He's the one that gave us the Red Dragon Japanese maple. It only gets about 6 foot, and it's it overhangs like a weeping willow tree. It drops down and hangs, and it's an expensive tree. He donated it to us because he saw Tracy's pond and he's like, that pond needs some foliage, and he donated it to us. What a nice guy. What was his business?
It's a very beautiful tree. I saw.
A1
Yeah.
Prime something.
I don't know, but I'm sure he'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, Josh, mention it in the comments and name me your company, and I will definitely speak it out for you. Thank you, buddy.
And
Good
he's-
looking, Josh.
And he said, nice meeting y'all at Shaq's last week. It definitely was.
Yeah, he was a hell of a nice guy.
Before we took the video off air, there was a bunch of people in the comments already thanking him. This is so nice. So as soon as it goes back public, you can read back in all the comments. And
Yeah.
it's actually a great video. It's a different perspective than Greg's. So
And you know what's nice is we have the red Japanese maple, the tall tree that gets like, right now I think it's 12, 14 foot. And we cut out the bottom so that we can have walkway through. And it's all red up here. And now he gave us the Red Dragon Japanese maple, which only gets up to 6 foot. And it's about 3 foot now. And, that'll be a nice addition to this pond. It just, it blends right in perfectly. So thank you, Josh. You're the man.
alrighty, so we got Michigan Tropicals again for $5. He said, after this stream, check out OFR page, look for the Shaq GIF, and read Adele's comments. Haha. Alrighty, hang on, there's one more. So we got K-Stew for $10. He said, OFR barbecue fundraiser someday? Question mark?
Of
Sounds
course.
good to me.
Alrighty.
No, it'd be a nice thing to do as a customer appreciation. Not even customer, but friend appreciation. We host a big barbecue. You guys come on out. I think that would be great. We have the yard. We have the equipment in the back. I think it would be a great thing to do. You guys rock. I want to do that. At least once a summer, maybe twice, but definitely if you can drive in and you want to hang out at the OFR barbecue, we'll have games there, horseshoes, beer pong, quarters for later in the evening. What's during the daytime we can do? Maybe we can get that water slide set back up down the hill of our
Some cornhole.
Cornhole we have, yes. And then, everybody can be watching all the fish, swimming in the predator pond.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it would be a good time. So great idea. I want to do that.
Alrighty, then we got what's her name for $5. I said a little something to buy food for the fish in the monster pond. Hashtag Team Tracy.
Aw, thank you. And they make everybody consume because they said a name. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Alrighty, so what are we gonna talk about tonight? So we're caught up on super chats.
So now we're done with the opening. We're ready for the show.
I know, right? It only took an hour, but we're there now. You know, it's all good.
No, I have to thank this man right here because he was willing to go with me to help me drive all the way to Massachusetts from Ohio, which is a 12-hour drive. And he shows up here, and he's ready to go, and I had to tell him that the trip got canceled. But I want you guys to see. This is what he showed up in. This is what he was going to drive to and represent OFR. I had my OFR.
Look at both of them. Let me fix myself a little bit. Here, it's not so bad, right?
I drive all the time, and after a while it gets to me. So I could use helpful people that can help drive. Let me get an hour of sleep. I can be up for another 12 hours, no problem. So I appreciate what he was going to do, but how's he going to represent like this?
Hey, you gotta be
We're at
comfortable when
8
you're
different
driving,
people's
right?
house that we've never met before. We're OFR. We're here to rescue the fish.
What, you don't like my Corona?
Don't this guy.
I think it looks nice. What are you going to do?
We have to get you some OFR
Yes,
clothing.
I'll put it on. Absolutely.
All right.
I heard they even make OFR muscle shirts and tank tops.
All right, I'll take it.
Yes.
I like it. I mean,
And they do make OFR shorts, only in girls, but I'm sure you'd wear it.
Oh, you don't like my shorts? Like these are pretty nice. I mean, what the hell? You guys don't like my shorts?
You
out
look
there?
like you should be hanging out at the golf course.
Well,
that's all.
I used to give golf lessons, so that's that's part of it, I guess. I used to wear these on the golf course, that's for sure. Enough about golf.
Okay. No, thank you seriously for willing to go with me. That would have, and
More
the
than
biggest
welcome.
thing was we're leaving like right after this show here. We were supposed to leave, and that's 8 o'clock or so. We're getting on the road. We're driving all night. By 8 in the morning, we'd be there. We can spend the day doing rescues, and then we have to drive home because his biggest thing was it's Father's Day Sunday. I have to be home for Father's Day.
Yep.
So we were
My father is my hero, just so you guys all know out there.
awesome.
Yeah.
Notice Josh didn't say nothing. So my point was now we're not rushed for next weekend. We don't. We can actually stay there. I have a buddy, Justin. His online name is HVAC, and Nesky, who hangs out, and we've played many hours of Destiny together back in the day.
Wait.
And
You guys played with each other?
Yeah.
oh my God! Stop
What?
it. We played Destiny. It's an online game. It's awesome. But that was before the rescue, and we were great friends for years now. Never actually been in presence of each other. So they invited me up there in Massachusetts while I'm in town. We were going to hang out with HVAC and Nesky. That didn't happen this weekend, but we can do it next weekend and actually hang out with them for the night, and then do the next day driving back. Because I can do water changes and plug in the filters in their house and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to make things easier now that we didn't have to go this weekend where we were rushed. So it all worked out in the end.
Alrighty, so I think Joe was kind of reading my mind over here. So before I read a super chat, I'm going to mention again the Dwight Howard raffle. We are less than 30 days away from picking a winner. We
Yes.
only have $2,800 raised. Each ticket is $25. So
For that
means
$25 ticket, you get this tank. And now it's 9 foot tall, 8 foot long, 4 foot wide, delivered to your house. That's going to be, depending on where you are in the United States, that's going to be $3,000 to $5,000. Then we were also promised for that same $25 ticket that me and Josh would fly there and help you install this and set it up. So that's going to be another $600 to $1,000 in plane tickets. So we need to bring this up to $6,000 to just break even, and then you guys get
Link
a tank
is
for
below in the
$25.
comments.
Yes, I'm sure Dell's got the links going.
So
I trust her. She's on it. She's
Adele is instant.
look it. It's already there, like 3 comments
Instant.
back.
Adele is on top of it.
So back to Their World Aquatics for $10. He said, "What's the latest numbers on the Dwight Howard tank?" I just told you. He said, "I better not win. I have too many projects." LOL. Well, take $2,800, divide it by 25, and one of you lucky people are gonna win.
Yes. For $25, the fact that it's shipped to your house and me and you show up and set it up for them, that's amazing.
That like right now is you have like close to a 1 in 100 chance.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
The odds are ridiculous at the moment. You know, buy your tickets, people. What the hell are you waiting for,
And
right?
it's all
Wait,
done.
do you have a ticket?
I do.
How many did you buy?
Just one, because
Just
that's
the
all
one?
I need. There's not too many people buying them at the moment, right? I'll buy another one if it jumps up.
You know what? I think me and you should actually buy some, because if we win, we can pick whatever charity we want
Yeah,
to give it to.
it's true.
I mean, what's $25? I think we should do it. I'm going to do it.
I mean, the winner is picked by the third party raffle site. So
Yeah, the raffle site that you guys are paying for the raffles, they pick the winner. So we have no control over any of that. Otherwise, I'd pick me.
That's why we did it this way. We didn't want nobody to think that
Yeah, we
were
had to
trying
pay,
to.
what was it,
$250
$250 for this raffle company to host this raffle for us. And you know, they handle everything. They handle the payment. They handle, taking your raffles, and then they handle the winner and all that. We have nothing to do with it. It's a service.
So for the people that are asking, there is free delivery and setup by us anywhere in the United States.
Yes.
So if you are in Canada, you are in Mexico, you're in Australia, you're in New Zealand, Ireland, I'm sorry.
You can still purchase the tickets.
And you can donate it to a charity of your choice, but
Yes.
we cannot ship it overseas.
Or they could also pay the difference if it takes to, we can meet them at the border with it.
Right.
And then they can, take it from there. We
Okay.
just can't go to another country and, deliver it or install it. But they have that option. Somebody in Mexico wins it, we can deliver it to the border.
If you
Canada.
want to drive down and meet us, say we bring a tank to OFR, you guys want to come down, pick up your tank and see the rescue? Sure, come on
Of course.
It's a great place to visit, let me tell you.
We'll work with you if you're wanting something like that. We will definitely work with you. Okay.
down. So we got Roger Dillon for $5. He said, "Thanks again to you three for everything this past Tuesday. Gio, my son, Gio and my son hasn't stopped talking about it. Can't wait to hang again, buddy."
Roger came by for his birthday, and we let him swim in the Predator Pond, and his son was just amazed.
He loved it.
He loved everything, and I didn't know I was a celebrity until I met his son, because I was like, "Hey, bud, how you doing?" He's like, So I had a great time with them, and Roger had a great time for his birthday. We talked, we had a good time, and he's actually going to come back here in a couple weeks.
So we got Michigan Tropical for another $10. He said, "Happy Father's Day. Glad to spread your guys' name and try to help you guys out any way we can. You guys are the
Awesome.
best."
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. That's Michael Urbeck from Michigan Tropicals. Opened a brand new pet store. Guys, check him out. He's shipping already, so he can handle your orders.
We got Joseph Gilbert for $25. He said, "You have inspired me to create my YouTube channel as a Marine sniper, math major, personal trainer, nutrition coach, semi-professional yo-yo."
What haven't you done?
Thank you for your service, sir.
It is my
Thank you.
goal to educate the world as well. At Joseph Gilbert.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And I think that was 2 names.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so let's dive in.
Wait. Benjamin O says, "Psh, not such a long drive to Holland." Come on, guys. I would love to drive to Holland.
Just a little
Here's
boat-
my problem.
Just a little boat trip.
I have a felony from the 80s. So if I go, I don't even have my passport. I've never been out of the country. If I go to get my passport, they'll give it to me. But I have to check with each country I'd ever want to travel to make sure that they would let me into their country, I guess. Isn't that how it works?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I might fly to Jamaica and then not be allowed in and have to go home. That's a big waste of money.
Well, it's just like Canada. If you have a DUI, you are not allowed in Canada.
Now, see, I used to go up to Canada all the time. When I was young, we traveled because at the time, the United States had 3.2 beer for 18 and older, and then 7% beer for 21 and older. We would go up to Canada because at 18 you're allowed to drink, and actually I didn't smoke weed, but they were allowed, you could walk down the street smoking weed. So a lot of my friends did. We'd go up to Canada for the weekend and go right through the border, hang out, buy all kinds of things over there and come back home. And it's not like that now. It's different, you know. So, you know, I'd go there and, you know, I don't have a DUI, but I do have a drug charge from the 80s, marijuana, and which is legal now. This should be off my record, you know, right? I was, 17? Turning 18 in 1981, or was it 81? Yeah, it was old. Yeah, that's when I graduated, 81. So that's when it was. You know, it shouldn't be on my record, and it shouldn't be a detrimental thing for me. I've raised 3 boys, and my youngest just got out of college, just got a job with the city of Cleveland. Am I a bad person? Should I be judged because of a record from 30 years ago? I don't think so. And the court should investigate this. You know, I'm a good guy. I look out for my family. I raise my family with good qualities and good judgment and make them good people. What more could you ask for? You know how many people are out there raising their kids like, go over there, just leave me alone. I don't do that. You know, I raised my kids are very much into family and doing the right thing. And I'm not allowed in some countries. That don't make sense to me.
We got somebody on here that said Big Rich for president.
Oh, I'm right there with you, brother.
Nice.
Did I just sound like Hulk Hogan?
A little bit. Brother.
What?
Someone's commenting, and I kind of caught the same thing. The second you said I don't smoke, but my drug charge in the 80s was for
weed.
Well, I don't smoke weed. You've never seen me smoke weed.
But it was just the way you said it. You know, you just said I don't smoke, but then you said my drug charge in the 80s was for marijuana.
Well, you know, I was in school. Everybody got high, and I sold a little bit of weed, and I got caught. It was no big deal, you know. The reason you guys asked me, somebody said something about I could get a lawyer and get it removed. I can't now because years later, somebody, who was that? Come at Tracy. I ended up smacking the shit out of him, and I got an assault charge. Okay, so now I have 2 felonies. So I've got a felony from 2003 and a felony from the 80s, and I can't get it expunged because once you have 2 felonies, if I only had 1, I could get it expunged and off my record, and I should have then. I didn't know. Now I have 2 felonies on my record, and I can't get them expunged. So now, you know, I look like a bad guy. I don't know. But I'm not a bad guy. I help everybody out. But if you mess with my wife, I'm going to step in. I mean, that's your choice, not mine. I have no choice in the matter. That's your choice. You want to mess with my wife? You're taking your life in your hands. You're being stupid. It's not me. I have no choice in the matter. Don't mess with my wife. I can't say it no clearer.
Makes sense to me. I mean, like, you know.
I don't care about the repercussions. You don't care about none of that.
You don't.
You don't call my wife names. You don't smack my wife. You don't push my wife.
No.
You know, and
or they
got an assault charge.
Or they deal with the repercussions. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Right. Well, I got an assault charge, and I didn't find it fair, but I don't know. Presidential pardon for Big Rich. Yes, Donnie Smith. I second that. 100%. I do nothing but good for everybody now. The judges should get involved in your personal life and see how you are. If you're an asshole, don't pardon. Don't.
Just cursed.
I swore. Oh my God. I have tried so hard for so long not swearing, and I let that out just like it was nothing. I didn't even know I swore. That's how used to it I used to be.
So someone's asking if you get a felony before you turn 18, isn't it already expunged? That's not the case if they try you as an adult.
I was tried as an adult. I was 17, going to be 18 in like 3 months. I was tried as an adult, and that was that. So I have it. Yeah, how is a plant illegal? Okay, I get that. But now that the plant's legal pretty much everywhere, shouldn't that come off my record? Yeah. I don't get it.
And he already said you met Shaq. Trump is next for the presidential
That's right.
pardon.
I need to meet Trump because I need a presidential pardon. Thank you. I love these guys.
Maybe you can hook up the White House gardens, you know?
I can put a koi. I know the guy. We're Greg. Yeah,
That's right. Get on it.
we need to put a pond in for the White House. Are you game?
Hurry it up. I need that pardon, sir. That'll work.
Oh, that's awesome. I love you guys.
He said this is like the Cheech and Chong of fish keeping.
Hey, you know what? We have fun. You guys have fun. We love you guys. You know, it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. We help out people. People get helped out. People help us out. You know, everybody grows, and then we can help out more people. You know, so thank God for people out there like Greg Woodstock. Such a nice guy. You know, I don't know what I'd done if I didn't meet him. I wouldn't be where I am today. He has helped us out so much. I mean, even for just the Shaq thing. You know how much notoriety we're getting for meeting Shaq, and our videos have gone up, and I mean, it's just amazing. This guy, I wouldn't have my pond turned into a predator pond, my pool. I wouldn't have the front pond. I wouldn't have the back pond. I've already got all the stuff he's donated here.
Wouldn't have met Shaq.
I wouldn't have met Shaq.
Yeah.
Right. All the plants for the front, we wouldn't have went up to his place and got. Greg Woodstock is a great man. And, a lot of you guys see him and say, well, he's attitudey, he's this. No. He just has a lot on his plate nonstop. If you watch him, he is going from city to state to state to state to this city. Every single day he's putting out different vlogs from different places. And then, you say, well, why didn't he do this? He didn't think of it. He's so busy.
Yeah.
He really is a super nice guy. So you guys got to check out his newest video on Shaq blows my video away. I looked at it and I'm like, holy moly, that guy knows editing. Okay, we need to step up our game to get to Greg's, stature of editing. And, he's such a good guy, and he helps out OFR all the time. So you guys check his channel out. Check him out. He's doing great things. There's Greg Woodstock, the pond guy, Team Aquascape, Ed Bailu, the pond professor, and what's the fourth one?
It was just there's a fourth one for Aquascape products.
Oh, okay.
But you just named the three main ones.
Yeah, check them all out. They're great channels. I have learned so much watching his stuff that me and Josh are trying to do our own pond in the back now because we think we know it all.
So Michigan Tropicals just chimed in for $10. He said, "Not much to say, but I will say." Tom, Barry, Jerry, Harry, Billy, Bobby, Fred, and Ted. Also a shot for the swear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to finish this. I cannot keep up with these names. Michael, I thought you were my friend. Here's to you, buddy.
Good thing we're not driving tonight, Rich. Cheers to that.
Someone just
Wait,
said I'm following.
Benjamin D says, is it possible to buy an overall shirt and get it shipped to Europe? Yes. If in the tags below, you can see Teespring. They will ship worldwide. We don't have shirts ourselves no more. We used to buy them, have them at our place. We have to spend like $2,000, have them at our place, and then we'd sell them. And then when it got down to where we have 3 smalls, 3 3Xs, and 1 large, it got to be a pain because people were like, I want this, I want that, and we don't have it. You know, it got to be a pain. So we go through Teespring now, and they have they print them as you order. So that's just the way we have to do it now. So they will ship anywhere in the world for you. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. I cut him off, and there went that brain cell.
Real quick.
On to the next. Gotta love Adele's disclaimer.
Wait, what's this? Quingully says, good thing the rescue got canceled?
Because we're drinking.
Oh! Yeah, the rescue of this weekend.
Yeah, driving.
I saw the rescue, and I'm like, we
yeah.
didn't got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because we're having a good time now. Yes, I would not have had this good time with you guys because I couldn't drink because I had to start driving. I was going to drive the 12 hours there and then have him drive as much back as possible, and then I could split it with him. And now we're having fun with you guys.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
Destiny. Oh, there you go, Rich.
All right, so we got Tube for $10. He said, Rich, are you talking about Bungie Destiny, and are you still playing Destiny 2? Cage 6 is a name.
Wow.
Yes,
yeah.
we are talking
played
about
Destiny. Me and Josh both played, and then we got into Destiny 2, and we had a crowd of people that were like just awesome. And we used to take people through raids, and people would pay us $25, take them through a raid because they couldn't finish it, they couldn't find nobody to go through with, and then me and like Josh and 2 others would take these 2 people through a raid for money, and we'd get them right through it, no problem. We'd tell them what to do, how to do it, and we get through it. Well, Destiny was a way of life. It really was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. For
a while. But once we started the rescue, our friends that were, every single day we were there with our friends, and we did these raid parties. We did everything. We went to the what was that called? The lighthouse. Many times we take other people to the lighthouse. We had a good time, and we were good at what we did. But we started the rescue, and I've kind of trailed away from my friends. So there was KK, HVAC, Nesky, Wicked,
Zaggy.
who? Zaggy, yeah. Who else? Oh, no. Wicked's buddy from Massachusetts, New Hampshire. I can't believe I can't remember his name. I just talked to him yesterday. But it was his real name. I don't remember his online name. Not Wicked, but the other guy. Did the raids with us. Come on, you know this.
You can't remember, Rich.
Geez, I can't remember. Oh, and then there was not like Lightsaber. What was his name?
I don't know. We're moving on.
Okay, moving on. We had a bunch of friends in there that we made lifelong friends with. That now I know their real names. I forget their online names.
Yeah.
We're not playing on games no more.
So what's her name for $10 chimed in, said, could you do a detailed video about traveling cross country with fish? It would be helpful to see how you do water changes on the road. I've thought about moving with my fish, but was always too scared.
Okay. First point about moving across country with fish, it's smelly. No. You have to stop at truck stops. Truck stops have, in the back of every truck stop, there is a utility room, and there's a utility tub. If you have a garden hose with you, you can hook up to both, hot and cold through this utility tub, and you can temper the water. I have a temperature gate gun with me, and it costs like $12. You point it at the water, it tells you the temperature. So if your fish are in 72-degree water, you need to have within 4 degrees up or lower of that water. And then you can prime it, and then the water comes in, it gets dechlorinated. You know, prime also helps take out the ammonia. And you can do water changes that way. But you won't find that at regular gas stations. All you got is a spigot on the side with 50-degree water coming out from the ground. So it has to be a truck stop. I've learned this. You gotta listen to me. So that's my biggest thing. You know, there's been other times when truck stops weren't available, and we went to like McDonald's. Believe it or not, McDonald's. Me and Josh went there. They opened their back door to us and hooked up to their utility tub and let us do water changes on fish that were clearly going to die if we did not get warmer water. And this was over the winter, and McDonald's helped us out. Great place. That was a Hail Mary pass. You know,
and
please, can we get some warm water? Yes, pet stores we've done. Petco, Petland, they let us hook up to their warm water and do water changes before. So yeah, you got to open up your ideas on, you know, where to stop and ask.
Alrighty, so we got Kathy Murphy for $21. She said, keep chiming in, but better get my super chat for the weekend. Spent all day today working on moving and setting up my 36 gallon. Honest, for me, it might well be a 250.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We always appreciate any help you can do, but you know, if we can inspire you to do more, great. Thank you so much for the super chat.
We got Vinny's Aquatics for $5. He said, Big Rich looked like Little Rich next to Shaq. God bless.
I look like Little
consume.
Rich. Do I look like Little Rich? I'll be right back.
Alrighty. So before I forget about it, and you know, he might get mad that I'm mentioning this right now. I might be letting the cat out of the bag. But SC Aquatics. Yes, Steven. He is making a purchase here soon, and I don't know. Should I tell everyone, Steven? I know you're sitting here texting me.
He's like,
so if you don't want me to tell you, better message me really quick.
He wants you to wait.
But hey, I just like telling on everyone about their new fish projects.
You're all excited. I understand.
Their wives might find out. You know, their subscribers might find out.
Yeah, he just wants to.
I just like giving people the good news.
He likes spoiling shit. Oh, stuff.
Shot.
There we go.
Alrighty, so back to it.
Can I say something real quick?
What?
Shaq grabbed my hair and told Tracy to cut it off.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So now, I've got the hair here, and I got hair back here, but it's going to take a bigger man than Shaq to cut my hair. Now, Shaq, this is a direct call out to you, buddy. I'm just going to say, if you're wanting to play a game of one-on-one with me, and you win, you still can't cut my hair. Now, but if you want to play a game of beer pong with me or my son Josh, pick your opponent, and you win, I'll cut my hair, buddy. I will hold up to my word. But you got to come here to the rescue and play a game of beer pong.
I'd like to see Shaq swimming in the predator pool.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't that be
Dude,
amazing?
No,
right
let me tell you this.
Snorkeling in there?
No. Greg Woodstock went to the side of his pool or his pond and said, this is one of the features we built in. He goes, you can sit down right here and dangle your feet in the water.
Yeah.
And the fish will come up and you know, basically nibble on your hair and your legs. And
dead skin.
Right. But Shaq's like, oh no, black people don't do that. I lost my mind. I was like, holy shit, you didn't just say that. And then another thing, Greg Woodstock gave him a underwater camera phone. He's like, yeah, black people don't do that. I'm like, oh my God, he just does not want nothing to do with the water, but he wanted a pond.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Hey, I don't blame him.
I tell you what, Shaq, I love you, brother. You're the man of the hour. You were the nicest person I have met in I don't know how long. But if you want to come here and play a game of beer pong against me or my son, I will cut all this if you win.
Ooh.
Watch. DJ Diesel comes in just smacking cups, and I'm just like,
Oh, that would ruin my world. I'll let you cut my hair if you win.
And I think
How
I
about
can take
that?
Shaq and Horse for you guys as long as there's no dunking.
Oh no, you
know, you
can't.
get rid of
You're not
dunking.
even in the same league as Shaq in
he
basketball.
doesn't even
You're
want
like
that.
5'2". Stop
all right.
it.
alrighty. So
I'll get Shaq. Don't worry.
So back to what I
ducking,
was
though.
saying. So SC the Aquatics will be purchasing the 2,000-gallon aquarium that
Oh, is
we
he
are
talking
going.
about doing that?
Yes, he's already setting it up. He already pulled his money off the stock market. Said you're getting a down payment soon. I set up a little payment plan with him. So just pay it whenever's paid off. Take the tank. So we worked
So
out
we
a
can
deal.
go ahead and buy the bigger tank now?
Yes.
That was the plan, people. Everyone's like, don't sell the Pacu only tank. The only reason we would ever sell any tank is to take the money we got from that and put it with our money and buy a bigger tank. Trust us. We never, ever do anything for the cash. We don't do anything for personal gain. We help the rescue. And if we can get bigger, then we will. Because if you're going to spend $8,000 on a new tank, and you got one almost its size, half its size, something, and you can sell it and get a couple grand for, you sell that tank and then you put that money towards the bigger tank. So if we're selling a 2,000-gallon tank, you can rest assured we're getting a 4,000 or 6,000-gallon tank. But we have to add a lot of money to it.
So as much as it pains me to say this,
What?
SC Aquatics will be taking it and making it a giant nano tank. Now,
Awesome.
it's
no.
it's cool.
There's nothing better.
Anticipation.
Rainbows, probably all of them, to be honest. But we got Vinny's Aquatics for $5. He said, "Oh, and are you going to be coming through Stamford, Connecticut? I have a wolf cichlid and a giant gourami that could use a bigger home."
Yes. Please text me at, or even email me, Big Rich at Ohio Fish Rescue, so I can add you to the new list of people with pickups. That way, text me your phone number and your address. I can add you to the list, and then I can call you and make sure that you're available, because you don't understand how hard it is setting up these long-distance trips. If I've got 12 people to see for the day, some people can only be in the morning, some people can only be in the evening, some people in the middle of the day. I have to be able to talk to these people and set these up in line. So, yes, please. Big Rich at Ohio Fish Rescue, or text me on OFR, forum, the messenger. Either way, I will get a hold of you and we will set it up. So yes, that's the best way to get a hold of me. Thank you. What?
I just got a message from Mike, the owner of Fish Tank Talk. He said, "I just want to give you a heads up about sharing your group," which I do every week. And he said, "I love you guys and broke my own rules by allowing you to share your group to help you out. But you guys are becoming too huge, and I don't think allowing your shares is okay anymore."
What?
I hope
Really?
you understand. Guys, if you have to boot us from your group, by all means, do it. I've probably been booted from 50 groups but by now.
And that's so wrong because, we do nothing but help the community. And if, other forums, they can break their rules and let us share in their group. And now you don't want to share in the group. I don't want to become enemies. I don't want to be mad at you. I just think that that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
The least you can do is help OFR, help the community, share in your group. That's all. And this is Fish Tank Talk.
Yeah, it's a very large group.
Yeah.
So I don't want to badmouth them because there's
No,
going to be
not bad mouthing. He's
there's-
helped us out for ages.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy, but
Can I say something?
yeah.
I've only been here for a couple months hanging out with these guys, and I want to tell you, these guys work their butts off. I mean,
You come over all the time and help us.
well, I help because they need it. I mean, they're over here doing things by themselves, and they work their butts off every day. And they have huge hearts, and they take in any fish that people need donated. So for me to see that, it's kind of like
Rescued, not donated.
Correct.
Right.
Excuse me, but you understand what I'm saying. These guys are amazing. I mean, you don't even understand the things they do day in and day out.
You're slurring your words a little bit there, bud.
Am I?
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
Like I've only had so. But anyway, these guys are really amazing, and they work really hard every day. So,
Dude,
for
from
me
the
to see
moment
that,
we
it's
wake
just-
up to the moment we go to bed, we're working with the rescue.
yeah,
And people.
Yeah.
How many people have come by while you're here and we
Oh.
give them tanks, give them
tons
fish?
of people. Rich is so interactive with these people. He makes them feel so welcome here at the. And Josh is always working his butt off with his buddies, or if I come out and help, it's a constant thing. So please don't disregard that, because they're working their butts off.
I mean, regardless of the groups, we've still made connections with groups that, even though it's breaking their rules, they say, you know what, OFR, we back you. Do whatever
Right.
you want. If
They
it helps
give us-
you guys.
Unlimited, what do you call that when you can just post and they don't even have to accept you?
Pre-approval.
Pre-approval. How many groups have given us pre-approval to break their own rules? No advancement of like YouTube posts. Trying to better your own group. Stuff like that. These people have pre-approved us to go on and put our videos out, put our name out, put our posts out, and we're just pre-approved. Mike, Janesta, thank you for all that you have done for us. I appreciate you have, letting us post in your group against your own rules, because that was against the rules, and it has helped out Ohio Fish Rescue. We have grown. The bigger we get, the more people we can help. I don't know why you want out now, but I can't blame you, buddy. Whatever you want to do, that's onto you. I just think it's a good train to ride on and keep going and building,
And I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm still going to share. I have my list of groups, and I tell everyone, if you have a problem with it, I'm sorry, just remove me, because I don't go and I don't leave groups. If I break your rules and you feel that way, just remove me.
That's
I
how
won't
Joey
post.
DIY got mad at me. I had a list of groups I'd share in.
Well, it
didn't
wasn't
know-
Joey, it was his moderator.
It was his moderators,
let's,
right.
Let's clarify that.
Let's clarify that. You're right. And I didn't know that, posting your own YouTube videos was against the rules, or whatever the rule was at the time. And I'm sorry. I at the time you'd hit share, and then you had like all these things. Yes, 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 yes. And it had a list of all these different groups. I'm guilty of not even reading them. I just hit yes, 90 groups. Boom, we're shared it. And Joey's group got a hold of me, says we don't allow this, blah blah blah, and I said I'm sorry, it was my fault, this and that. And they go, okay, no problem, we'll let it go. Like 3 weeks later, I did the same mistake again, and I was drinking, and I just shared. I didn't even realize or even remember that this happened before, and they removed me. Joey got a little attitudey with me, and he called me. He actually called me, and we talked for a while, and we worked it out. But I didn't really mean anything wrong. I'm just sharing. This is what you do. I didn't mean to upset anybody. I didn't mean to personally go at somebody and say, you're not letting me share. I didn't. None of that. I was just sharing. So.
But I will be happy to announce that there has been a lot more interactions from the King of DIY.
Oh yeah, King of
And
DIY
you
all the
guys-
time talks to us.
You know what? I think we need to, pester him to get a collab video going. So I think you guys
Come
should
on,
all
Joey.
spam his page and let's get this collab rolling.
He needs to come here and see the tanks and the rescue and talk to us. And
Sure, you guys would love it.
once he meets us, he'll realize we're genuine, we're harmless, we didn't mean anything wrong. He needs to meet us. We talked on the phone, and everything's like copacetic, but I'm sure he's still got his guard up, that kind of stuff. He's a good guy, and he needs to come here and see the good that we do, to where he can, make his own decision then.
Alrighty, so we got Michigan Tropicals for $2. He said, "Gotta cut your hair live."
Nice.
For the right price or the right organization, charity, right? Yes, something.
Alrighty, so we got Michigan Tropicals again for $2. He said, "You can share on El Pleco Plus USA. I'll add you." Well, thank you, bud.
Put us in there as what do you want to call that? Or we don't have to
Pre-approved.
Pre-approved. There you go.
Alrighty, and we got JP Merlot for $5, and he didn't say nothing.
Well, that's the deacon from West Virginia, running his own rescue.
It says, "Hi guys, I don't know how to send text with my super chat." JP Merlot. All right, JP, it's all good. We see you still.
JP's the not. I called him a preacher before. He said I'm a deacon.
A deacon.
I don't know what the difference is. He's a man
trustee.
of cloth.
A trustee.
He's a man of cloth.
Yes.
And he's a good guy. He's running the rescue down in West Virginia, and
Kentucky, JP says.
Kentucky. Dang it! I made that same mistake before.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry, buddy.
We got
I'm
you,
sorry.
JP. We got you, man.
Alrighty.
Kentucky.
So we have been on for an hour and a half now.
Nice.
And the comments are starting to dwindle down, so I think that's our cue to go ahead and call it a night.
You think?
I think so. We left it on a positive note. Let's spam Joey's page. Let's get this collab video rolling.
Joey Mullen, we
King
love
of DIY.
We have no problems with you, buddy.
Yes.
You need to come down here and swim in the Predator Pond.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Oh, I talked to Camp Keenan the other day. Greg Woodstock says, "Big Rich, meet Camp Keenan. Camp Keenan, meet Big Rich." I'm like, "Okay, how you doing, buddy?" And he's like, "I should have met you at last year's Pandemonium. I was there. You were there. I don't know why we didn't meet." And I was like, "Well, I saw you talking to somebody. I figured we had plenty of time. I went ahead and walked by you because there was people talking to me, and we never hooked up after that." So he said he's willing to, hang out with us, do collabs, whatever it takes. He's a good guy, and he likes our mission. And I said, next time I'm down there for the Monster Fish Bash, that I'm going to stop by and we'll talk to you then. So pretty soon we'll be hooking up with Camp Keenan. He's a good guy. He runs a whole reptile farm. He's got that huge predator or pond with the cichlids in it. And I mean, his place is beautiful. You guys got to check out Camp Keenan. That's awesome.
Alrighty, so we got one last super chat from Jordanella for $3. He said, "OFR greater than DIY."
Oh, stop!
We're not gonna get into
We-
that.
we-
But thanks for the super chat.
Thank you very much. Thank
JP,
you.
my bad, man. Like he said,
But-
man needs to get some sun.
I think that is it for tonight, guys. So I appreciate you coming to hang out with.
Yeah, it's been
OFR and the
awesome
rest of the
hanging
gang.
out with you
Yeah,
guys. It's been fun.
Thanks for
Seriously.
joining us, man. We
And
appreciate it.
drinking with you.
Yeah, amen to that.
So I think that's it for tonight. Goodbye to all. We will see you next week.
Stay
Bye,
fishy,
everybody.
our friends.
Stay wait. 1, 2, 3.
Stay fishy, my
friends. I love this.